Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Finn here. Welcome back to another video where today I've got something super exciting for you guys because it is finally here. The African Cup of Nations, and this is my African Cup of Nations 2021 prediction video. Well, 2022, technically speaking. African Cup of Nations was supposed to be played last year, but obviously due to COVID, it was moved to this year. But nevertheless, I am super excited for it. So what we're going to do in today's video is we'll be looking at all 6 groups, all 24 teams, and I'll be giving you my predictions in terms of where I think each team will place in their group. Obviously, I made a lot of content for the Euros. You guys seem to absolutely loved it. Those videos did extremely well, so I kind of wanted to do it for the African Cup of Nations. Obviously, I myself am from South Africa. No, you don't need to make me aware that my team didn't qualify for the competition. I totally get it. Please don't bully me about it. But nevertheless, I'm super excited for this competition, not just because I think you guys will enjoy it, but I think there are a lot of top teams and there is a lot of quality football. I think it's going to be a very exciting competition, and I promise you, I've got a lot of African Cup of Nations content lined up for you guys. So if that does sound good to you, do make sure to subscribe down below so that you don't miss my Afcon 2021 content. But jumping straight into the predictions. So in terms of the groups for Afcon 2021, we've obviously got the groups right in front of me from Group A all the way to Group F. And as I said, there are some what I would like to call really interesting, juicy groups to look at that definitely could provide some entertainment. I mean, looking at the likes of Group C, we've got Morocco and Ghana. Looking at Group D, we've got Nigeria and Egypt in a group. Group E, we've got Algeria and Ivory Coast. There is definitely going to be a lot of fighting and entertainment at Afcon 2021. I think that can almost be guaranteed. Now, the way the qualification process works to qualify for the next stage of the competition is obviously the top 2 teams from each group will automatically qualify for the next stage, and in terms of the third place teams in each group, the 4 teams with the most points will also advance. So I mean, genuinely there are lots of teams that could miss out on the next stage, but as I said, I think it's going to be very entertaining. But jumping straight into Group A, obviously the group that has the host of the competition, Cameroon. I think once again this could be a very interesting kind of group to look at, but I don't feel like my prediction is going to be too far out there. I do think that Cameroon will end up winning the group. I do feel like the host nation will win their group. I feel like Burkina Faso will come second in their group, Cape Verde in third, and Ethiopia in 4th place. Now, once again, I feel like the top 2 were almost guaranteed in my mind. I mean, looking at Cameroon, obviously they've got the likes of Onana, the Ajax goalkeeper. He's kind of come back from his yearly suspension from, let's call it, having too much fun. Obviously, they've got the likes of Joel Matip, brilliant Liverpool centre-back. We've got Akamba, we've got Ngwiza, we've got Choupo-Moting. I mean, Cameroon is definitely a team that's absolutely filled with stars, absolutely everywhere in their team. And once again, I just can't see them coming anywhere but first in their group. In second place, obviously, I put Burkina Faso. They've got Tabsoba, obviously a brilliant young centre-back, one of the best young African players, I believe, in the world at the moment. For Bayer Leverkusen, obviously up front, they've got the likes of Bertrand Traore, who on his day can be brilliant for Aston Villa. As I said, I feel like in terms of these 2 teams, they are going to be the 2 top runners in this group. I do feel like Cape Verde will be in 3rd and Ethiopia in 4th place. Once again, between these 2 teams, I think it could go either way. I've just seen a lot less from Ethiopia and in terms of the talent they've produced in the last few years. But once again, guys, don't forget that I don't watch all of these national teams on a very regular basis. They could definitely surprise me. Which, by the way, yes, I am rocking the Morocco jersey. As I said, my team is not qualified for the competition. And don't worry, it's not because I support Morocco or anything. I just feel like it is a really nice looking jersey. Obviously, it is an African jersey, and it's also the only one that was being sold in my local store. Moving on to Group B, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting group. Maybe not in terms of who wins the group. I've kind of got a very dead-on mindset in terms of who I think will win the group. But in terms of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I think it could be a real battle. But I can only see Senegal winning this group. I mean, currently, the top-rated team in terms of FIFA's world rankings, the top-rated African nation in the world at the moment. And although you could argue the fact that Algeria is 27 games unbeaten, you can definitely look at Senegal as one of the favorites to win this competition. I mean, seriously, they've been given a serious cheat code. Their goalkeeper is UEFA Men's Goalkeeper of the Year, Edouard Mendy. They've got Koulibaly, the wall, in defense. They've got the likes of Sadio Mane in the wing. They've got Idrissa Gueye. They've got Sarr from Watford. I mean, Senegal, how have you managed to do this? I mean, you should definitely at least get to the final stage of the competition. They did so previously in the previous Afcon 2019, I believe. But Senegal, what a team you have. And if you don't win this group, then I don't know what to say anymore. What a team. As I said, I can only see them winning it. I do see that the likes of Guinea will probably come second and Zimbabwe third place, with Malawi unfortunately in fourth place. As I said, I do believe Guinea will be in second place. I think they've got the likes of Gaita, obviously in their midfield. Hasn't performed for quite a while for Liverpool when he has played, though, when he hasn't been suffering with injuries. He can be a real deadly force in the midfield. They've obviously got Diawara from Roma. Apparently he's a really exciting player to watch. They've got the likes of Kamara. They've got one or two other really brilliant players. In terms of third place, as I said, I do have the likes of Zimbabwe, and I believe that Zimbabwe have some really good talent in their squad. Obviously they've got the likes of Marvelous Nakamba, another Aston Villa player. I think that he could be really brilliant in their midfield in terms of attack. They've got the likes of Billiat, who plays for Kaizer Chiefs. Once again, is a really brilliant player going forward. He can play as a winger, as a striker. He's had a brilliant season so far for Kaizer Chiefs. Once again, will they go over Guinea though? I do believe that that's where the fight will be between Zimbabwe and Guinea, but I do think that Guinea just have the edge over them. Unfortunately, fourth place, as I said, will be Malawi. Now, nothing bad against Malawians. In fact, there are a lot of people from Malawi that do live in South Africa. I know quite a lot of people from Malawi, probably the nicest people on earth, but unfortunately guys, I just don't see you advancing to the next stage of the competition. I'm sorry. Now it is time to jump into Group C, and let me say, I wouldn't say that there is a group of death in Afcon 2021, but if I had to choose one to call the group of death, it might just have to be Group C. I mean, we've got the likes of Morocco, Ghana, we've got the Comoros Islands, we've got Gabon. I mean, there's some really big competition within this group. Look, obviously in terms of the front runners to win the group, I would have to go Morocco or Ghana. Now, yes, I know I am wearing a Moroccan jersey. Does that mean I think they're going to win the group? Unfortunately not. I do think Ghana will end up winning the group. They've just got so much quality within their squad. And looking at Morocco, yes, they've got a lot of quality within their squad as well. But unfortunately, one or two injuries. Obviously, the likes of Ziyech will not be going to Afcon 2021. That is a huge player to miss out on. As I said, it's going to be very close between these two teams, but I do think Ghana will win it. Obviously, as I said, Gabon in third place. They've also got brilliant players. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, they've got Lamina. Those are some brilliant players, and obviously they've got another bunch of players that are currently playing within the French divisions at the moment. Once again, Gabon, a lot of quality, and unfortunately nothing bad versus the Comoros Islands. I just think by default, compared to the other three teams, they probably would be set dead last between these four teams. Nothing bad against them, it's just that's how the game is played. It's just business is business.
Why, Dada? Why?
This is business!
So yeah, as I said, I do think Ghana will end up winning the group. They've got brilliant players, obviously Thomas Partey. They've got the likes of Kudos from Ajax. He can play as a winger and attacking midfielder. He's even played striker for them in the past. They've got Salisu, obviously from Southampton. There are talks that he might not go to the competition. That could be a big loss. They've obviously got the likes of Ayew, both Ayew brothers. They've got the likes of Schlupp. They've got the likes of Amate. I think that Ghana have got a brilliant squad for this competition. As I said, I think Morocco also have an absolutely brilliant squad with Hakimi and a bunch of other players. Unfortunately though, I do think Ziyech is a major loss. We're now going to look at the likes of Group D, which may I just say might be the most interesting group to watch in my opinion. I know, sorry, I just had to, because we've got the likes of Nigeria, Egypt, Sudan, and Guinea-Bissau, and I think the competition between Nigeria and Egypt could be immense. In my opinion, two of the front runners that could win this competition, they are definitely amongst those teams. Now, I do believe whoever wins this group, I think it will go down to goal difference, to be honest with you, because I think Nigeria and Egypt could definitely end on the same amount of points. Now, looking at how I do think the group will end, I have put the likes of Nigeria in first place, Egypt second place, Guinea-Bissau in third place, and Sudan in fourth place. Now, Egyptian fans, don't get me wrong, don't click off this video. I actually think Egypt is a better team. They play better as a team compared to Nigeria. As I said, I think they'll end on the same amount of points. And I just think that Nigeria have so much quality up front in terms of various players they can rely on. I mean, Emmanuel Dennis's form, Iheanacho can be brilliant. Iwobi for Nigeria can be very, very good. We've got Osimhen. We've got so many brilliant players. Even Ndidi in the midfield midfield. Nigeria just has such a good young squad at the moment, and I feel like they could score more goals than Egypt, and that is why I put them at the top of the group. As I said, Egyptian fans, don't get me wrong, I genuinely think Mo Salah is the best player in the entire world. I think he's better than Messi at the moment, Ronaldo, maybe not Lewandowski, it could go either way, but Mo Salah, just such a brilliant player, but he might not play every game. He might get rested from here to there because they want him to play at further stages of the competition, which I definitely think Egypt will reach. But because of that, I just think that they could lose a point here or there. But as I said, could definitely also win the group. As I said, between Guinea-Bissau and Sudan, I've just kind of put Guinea-Bissau above Sudan because I feel like they've got more players playing in top flights. But as I said, could definitely go either way. Next up, we've got the group that is holding the current champions of the Afcon, and it is going to be Group E, with the likes of Algeria, obviously, as I said, won the 2019 African Cup of Nations. We've got Sierra Leone, we've got Equatorial Guinea, and we've got Ivory Coast. Now, once again, this could be a really entertaining group in terms of who wins the group. And looking at Algeria, they are 27 games unbeaten. As I said, it's a bit odd that they're not the highest ranked African nation in the world, and Senegal is, but genuinely Algeria not a team to sleep on. I made that mistake with Italy during the Euros, and I won't make it with the likes of Algeria. Although I think Ivory Coast, or Cote d'Ivoire, whatever you want to call it, although I think they've got a brilliant team, they were brilliant at the Olympics with their brilliant young players, although they've got such a brilliant squad. Obviously, looking at Algeria's current form, I think they'll win the group. I do think Ivory Coast will end up in second place. I do think the likes of Sierra Leone will be in third place, and Equatorial Guinea in fourth place. Now, the reason I put Sierra Leone in third place is I have had a few people in previous African Cup of Nations videos that I've made in the past comment about how good they think their team is. So you know what? I am going to have trust in my subscribers, and I am going to put you guys in at least third place. But as I said, the battle will be between Algeria and Ivory Coast. Obviously, Algeria, they've got the likes of Mahrez on his day, one of the best wingers in the entire world. If it wasn't for Mo Salah, would probably be the best right wing in the Premier League. I mean, what a brilliant player he has been for years and years and years, and I think he could achieve something really great with this Algerian team. I mean, he's already captained them to a trophy. Obviously, the likes of Ivory Coast, I feel like, are real contenders this year, especially because they've got the likes of Sebastian Haller, the top scoring player in the Champions League so far this season. They've got a really good striker up front for once, and to have the likes of Maxwell Cornet and Pepe next to him, it's just a dream come true for Ivory Coast fans, I would imagine. But as I said, in terms of performing as a team, I just think Algeria are untouchable at the moment. And that, ladies and gentlemen, takes us to our final group, Group F, to predict for the African Cup of Nations 2021. And may I just remind you, if you have enjoyed this video and you want to see more upcoming content for the African Cup of Nations, to subscribe down below so that you don't miss that content. I mean, I've made videos, or I am planning to make videos, such as everything you need to know about Senegal for the African Cup of Nations, everything you need to know about Ivory Coast, videos like that. So as I said, if you don't want to miss that kind of content, make sure to subscribe down below. But looking at the likes of Group F, we've got the likes of Tunisia, obviously a team that performed fairly well, or at least qualified for the World Cup in 2018. We've got the likes of Mali, has a brilliant squad and has a plethora of brilliant players. We've got the likes of Mauritania, and we've got the likes of Gambia. Now I'm just going to jump straight into the predictions and not waste any more of your time. In terms of winning the group, I think the likes of Mali are actually going to end up winning the group. Obviously, they've got the likes of Traore from Rennes. He's looking really, really good in terms of a defensive kind of point of view. He can also move up really, really well forward-wise. In terms of the midfield, they've got the likes of Basuma, a brilliant midfielder for Brighton. And I think after a competition like this, in fact, I think during the January transfer window, he could earn himself a big move to a top 6 Premier League club. He in himself is such a brilliant midfielder. In terms of the team that will be second, as I said, I do think it will be Tunisia. Yes, they were brilliant during the 2018 World Cup, but I don't know if they're still brilliant anymore. I don't know if they're still kind of carried on that transition, and whether they are the top team in this group, to be honest with you. Yes, I think they've got brilliant players in their squad. They've obviously got the likes of that Cologne striker. They've got brilliant players throughout the top 5 leagues in Europe. They definitely could threaten to win this group. But as I said, just in terms of Mali and the kind of players they have at the moment, I do think that they will end up winning the group. I think Gambia will end up in third place, and I do think the likes of Mauritania will end up dead last in their group, unfortunately. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is my group stage prediction video done for the African Cup of Nations 2021. As I said, I'm so excited for this competition. Bar the fact my team hasn't qualified, I am very, very upset with that. The fact that my nation isn't even within the top 24 teams at the African Cup of Nations. I mean, it does make me kind of sad, but we were given a very tricky qualification group. I mean, we were just definitely never going to beat the likes of Ghana, unfortunately. But as I said, very excited for this. Guys, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Who do you support for the African Cup of Nations? Are you from an African Cup of Nations? Or are you from an African country? Let me ask that. Proper English, excuse me. Are you from an African nation? If so, tell me down below. If not, if you're from Europe or North America or wherever, tell me which nation you'll be supporting. As I said, I've got a bunch of African content coming your way very, very soon, so please do enjoy that. And obviously, if you're watching this on Christmas or Boxing Day, New Year's, whenever, I hope you enjoy your day and have an awesome time. Guys, this has been Finn, FYNN. Like, subscribe, all of the good stuff. I'll see you very, very soon. Cheers.